Damn, I told y'all that this series, Crips and Bloods series, is gonna be crazy. So I appreciate y'all tuning in to the first part. This is the second part. Crips and Bloods Made in America, full crime documentary. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We're gonna get straight into this. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hype this video. We're going from part one into part two.
Other extreme, which was the iron fist, the iron hammer. This leads to a virtual free fire zone where people could be shot for making the wrong turn at the wrong intersection.
The claim by police is that these were looters that were refusing orders to halt.
The autopsies clearly show that people were shot in the back. One has to really question whether or not a human life is worth a bottle of beer or a case of beer. That is to say, people were being killed for what, in retrospect, were the most trivial of offenses.
The looting didn't undermine anything because we're talking about desperate people. We're talking about people who have nothing, who see no hope.
This is a criminal, a lawless element with which we're confronted, and that the only thing they understand is force and power.
That's been the one taboo.
The only thing they understand is force and power. But my thing is, who you started with the force and the power? Let's get back. That's my son, y'all.
And other oppressed people in this country are never to use violence to achieve what it is they want. But this country uses violence whenever it chooses, and then it legitimizes the violence.
And that's facts.
When you send me the message that my life is of no value, then how can your property, how can your society, how can your civilization, how can any of the mores or the rules or any of the monuments, how can any of that be of any value to me when all it has on the door for me is a rejection notice? I'm not.
See, now this is how it starts. This is how the trauma starts. This is how the pain and everything starts. Make sure y'all paying attention.
I'm not allowed to look, I'm not allowed to touch, I'm not allowed to partake, I'm not allowed to participate.
This is what starts the Bloods and the Crips.
Rejected before I was born. I am the most rejected.
And Pyrus.
Nothing is open to me. And every time I knock on a door and get rejected, it takes a little something out of me. So how does it mean anything to me that I should try to salvage it, or I should respect it?
Exactly.
Or I should try to preserve it? It stands as a barrier before me. It was there when I was born. It will be there when I die.
The fact that it took them 5 days to shut down something they thought they could shut down in a day is a testament to that revolutionary spirit.
And so there was this sense of pride that we had taken a stand and that we had sent a message out to the world.
It's a small step for a man, but it's a giant leap for all mankind now.
This is just the first big riot. We ain't even got to the LA Rodney King riots.
Newspapers in Europe and other parts of the world carried the story, carried these images. And so, in a sense, it unmasked this country, showed this country for what it really was.
Prior to the 1960s, race riots as they existed were really riots of white people marauding through neighborhoods where blacks were living and attacking blacks. The riots of the 60s, Detroit, Chicago, New York, LA, these riots...
Very important what he said. Might I go back?
The fact that it took them 5 days to shut down something they thought they could shut down in a day is a testament to that revolutionary spirit.
And so there was this sense of pride that we had taken a stand and that we had sent a message out to the world.
It's a small step for man, but it's a giant leap for all mankind now.
Newspapers in Europe and other parts of the world carried the story, carried these images. And so, in a sense, it unmasked this country, showed this country for what it really was.
Prior to the 1960s, race riots as they existed were really riots of white people marauding through neighborhoods where blacks were living and attacking blacks.
Exactly.
The riots of the 60s, Detroit, Chicago, New York, LA, these riots are completely different because they are really now.
Exactly. Like he said, there were white people going into black neighborhoods rioting before the 1960s. Get back.
Manifestations of black anger, black hostility. And that's very new. What distinguished Watts from the riots in Chicago and Detroit is that nobody thought it could happen here.
The whole environment of LA was supposed to be so much nicer than other parts of the country, but yet that image of LA that's in the public mind had nothing to do with the large numbers of black people living here in segregated conditions.
Still happens today. The only time they come back to the city or to the hood is when they want to be a part of a big event or want to be involved in something real big in the community. They still stay out of it, bro.
The other thing that the rebellion represented for us was it helped accelerate our consciousness from 65 until about 71. Gang activity in LA was at an all-time low because so many young people were joining organizations like the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, like the Panther Party.
Hey,
growing black
hey,
saw the development of dynamic African
that's
American
culture right there, y'all.
committed to instigating change from within.
Hey,
Former street fighters like Kumasi, Bird, and Ron now fought the power rather than other gangs, working alongside groups like the Black Panthers on civic programs that range from free breakfasts to neighborhood restoration to political activism.
All them youngsters were busy trying to rebuild their communities, trying to build a future, trying to figure out where the fuck do we go from here together, and how do we give ourselves some kind of a future. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground.
But this new black power structure quickly found itself in the crosshairs of government agencies like the FBI. According to recently declassified documents, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover.
now this is where a lot of shit starts to twist in Compton and in LA. So make sure y'all pay attention to this. This is very, very important part.
Launched a covert counterintelligence operation against the Black Panthers, an organization he described as the greatest threat to the internal security.
Keep on believing. All them youngsters were busy trying to rebuild their communities, trying to build a future, trying to figure out where the fuck do we go from here together, and how do we give ourselves some kind of a future. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground.
But this new black power structure quickly found itself in the crosshairs of government agencies like the FBI. According to recently declassified documents, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover launched a covert counterintelligence operation against the Black Panthers.
Crazy
Organization he
work.
described as the greatest threat to the internal security of the country.
See that since day one. Now when people want to fight back, it's a problem. Get back.
turn around and squash those movements.
Former Slauson and Panther chapter founder Alprentice Bunchy Carter and John Huggins were gunned down at a UCLA black student meeting, while Black Panther founders Huey Newton and Bobby Seale faced arrest and lengthy jail sentences. Within a few short years, many of America's most influential, iconic black leaders had either been incarcerated.
Same thing is happening today, bro. The same thing is happening today.
They chased them down, they hunted them down, they murdered everybody that they could, and made everybody else either go to exile or they locked them up in the penitentiary. And
Facts.
when all that was over with, a new element rose up called the Crips.
Talk about it.
You see? And the shit started again.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now we enter into the danger zone, bro. Now we enter into the danger zone. People don't understand how this shit started. This is how it started. It wasn't just no nigga woke up and wanted to just start doing shit, bro. And yes, over time it got worse and worse and worse. But a lot of people don't understand the goddamn history. And that's what I'm here to tell you right here and break it down for you, the history. I was born and raised around this shit, 1990s, baby. You feel me? Born and raised, seeing this shit every day. Every day.
The original Crips came out of our neighborhood. They were the children we passed by every day and paid no attention to, but they watched us.
The next generation.
We had the generation our parents came from, and we
So they the generation, you know what I'm saying, that didn't take no crap no more. They wanted to fight. The generation before them, which is their parents, they wanted to keep the peace and all that and just take the shit. And then now you got the third generation like, nah, we really not going for it. So let's see how he break this shit down, bro. And I hope y'all learning from this.
we had the great
This is where Kendrick Lamar come from.
to connect with. We had something to attach ourselves
It's
to.
a cultural thing, bro. West Coast cultural thing. If you ain't from the West Coast, you're not gonna understand.
Animation.
Go back a little bit so y'all can hear him.
They ran them down, they chased them down, they hunted them down, they murdered everybody that they could, and made everybody else either go to exile or they locked them up in the penitentiary.
Because we need to
And when
rewatch
all
this
that was
part.
over with, a new element rose up called the Crips.
They was the first gang, y'all.
See? And the shit started again.
Besides the clicks that they had in the beginning, they told y'all about. It's make me feel right at home. I ain't gonna hold you.
Original Crips came out of our neighborhood. They were the children we passed by every day and paid no attention to, but they watched us. We had the generation our parents came from, and we had the great personalities of their generation to connect with. We had something to attach ourselves to. They didn't. They were born in a state of suspended animation. They were totally disconnected and disenfranchised. They're like a planet out of orbit.
In the late 90s,
Do you see in his eyes of how he's describing? Like, bro, there's something I've never seen in my life before. Like, that's why I keep trying to tell people, people be on here talking. Y'all need to be careful about what y'all say. And then y'all going to LA and then y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, it's a place you won't come back from. And that's a fact.
1960s, from the blacktop playgrounds of Fremont High School, emerged this new order, led by South LA teenager Raymond Washington, generally credited as the Crips' founding member.
I know a lot but I'm still learning.
In response, a number of rival gangs formed an alliance, calling themselves Bloods.
So rival gangs formed an alliance calling themselves the Bloods. An oral history of the Vietnam War by Black veterans, Wallace Terry. So that's who started the Bloods. Facts. Facts. People not understanding how dangerous it is and how fast you can lose your life out there, bro. And that's what I be trying to get people to understand of where Kendrick Lamar come from. When you in this rap shit or whatever we do in life, coming from these type of environments, fear is the last thing that's on our mind. We gonna give it all we got, and we gonna give it the best, or we not gonna be a part of it. Period, point blank. Because when they gang banging and they doing that shit to the fullest.
You could tell them, you know, I ain't from nowhere, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Everything we do in the hood, we do it to the fullest.
Shit just blow your head off just because where you at. I done been jammed up, guns all in my face.
Let me go back for y'all. Let me go back for y'all. Stories I be telling y'all.
Once you go to enemy turf, anything can happen to you. You come across Normandy, you die. Come across Vermont, I feel bad for you.
Facts.
When I was gang banging, if you wasn't from my hood, you don't come to my hood. If you come to my hood and you don't know nobody in my hood, then you die.
Telling you.
On the side of us is Bloods. On the east side of us is Crips. We just surrounded in a box. You know what I mean? We surrounded by enemy sets.
This was created over 20 years ago to where the geographics in the neighborhoods have been separated by gangs.
Certain streets, certain alleys, certain stores, certain schools, certain parks were claimed as turfs.
Everything.
You can't go to this gas
Everything.
Gas in your car. You can't go to that Burger King over there because you in the wrong neighborhood.
Facts. Unless you not have on no jury, that shit gone.
You got some motherfuckers that'll ask you where you from. And you could tell them, you know, I ain't nowhere, homie, you know what I'm saying? But you got some motherfuckers that won't ask you shit, just blow your head off just because where you at.
I told y'all, bro. On a bad day, some people don't care. They just walk up to you and it's over. I tell y'all this all the time, bro. No cap in my rap, bro. I'm from Compton for real.
I done been jammed up, guns all in my face. Where you from? I had to tell them, you know what I mean? Told them where I was from. Guns come down, and I'm out of the situation.
I wish I can just go and just be wherever I want to chill with, man. There's other girls and other projects, man, I just want to go through and just see, man. You feel what I'm saying? My little young hotties, man. I can't even go there and see my young hotties. On everything. I can't, man. You can't do it.
My little brother walk out the door to school 6 in the morning, and they shoot at him as he's going to school. So you got to think, what type of sick motherfuckers in this world be up that early in the morning just, you know what I'm saying, to do some cruel shit like that?
He's speaking facts, bro.
We've been burying one of our friends and one of our comrades, and we've had shootouts at the funeral where another one of our homeboys gets killed at the funeral.
Bro, like I told y'all, man, it gets diabolical. I appreciate y'all tuning in part 2. Make sure y'all stick around for part 3 because it's just getting started. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hype this video. I appreciate y'all tuning in to Crips and Bloods Made in America part 2. Make sure y'all get ready for part 3. We going up with this series, bro, like I told y'all.